This is the fifth and final podcast in the series, Timeline Towards the American Revolution. We have seen throughout this podcast that over the years, King George passed a lot of unfair laws and taxes that angered the colonists because they had no representation in the British government. In the previous episode, we talked about the Coercive Acts, also known as the Intolerable Acts, and how this last straw for the colonists led them to begin fighting against Britain in 1775. A year after the fighting began, the colonists decided that it was time to officially declare themselves their own country. By this time, most colonists realized that they could not come to a compromise with King George, and they needed to become their own independent country. Each colony sent representatives to meet to discuss what to do next. The Founding Fathers met in the Continental Congress to draft a document that declared independence from Britain. However, not all colonists agreed that this was the right time. Several colonists wanted to wait to declare independence until they had the support of stronger countries and were sure that they would win the war. But ultimately, on July 4, 1776, the Continental Congress voted to adopt the final version of the Declaration of Independence that we still have today. Copies of the Declaration were sent to each colony so that the public could read them, and a copy was also sent to Great Britain. This document not only declared independence, but also explained the things that King George had done that had led them to declare their independence, and the rights that they felt they deserved. Though the Declaration was written in 1776, it took many more years for the war to finally end. In 1783, Great Britain finally recognized that the United States was its own nation. We still celebrate July 4th as Independence Day, a day to celebrate the brave sacrifices that the colonists made in pursuit of creating the nation that we know and love. If you need to re-watch any episode of this podcast to make sure you have the dates filled in correctly on your timeline, please rewind and pause as needed.